every time I've seen Jiren fight, which has only been 2 times, but every time I've seen Jiren fight, he has always been the dominant one. He has always been the one on top. This guy, the specimen, the Superman of Dragon Ball Super, he is, forget about alpha male, he's the omega male, all right? Like, this guy, he's always on top, bro. My God. And then every time, too, just the muscles rippling. This guy goes to the gym where Ronnie Coleman goes to the gym. He's deadlifting like 1,000 pounds, easy, bro. It's like, dude, chill. Why are the back muscles so powerful? His shoulders make no sense. He's punking everybody. Now, Hit, fantastic fighter. I wanted to see more of Hit, but we knew that ultimately Hit was not going to beat Jiren, because Jiren's just too powerful. However, I would say the Hit did a pretty solid job, considering how not only did he get a good shot on him right here, and he sent Jiren packing. He really did. But on top of that, he froze Jiren, and he had him positioned right there. Like, don't move. You can't move, man. I have you frozen in time. And then somehow, some way, Jiren is able to, like, muscle through time. It's like, what? How on earth is Jiren the Gray muscling through time? Like, there's just some weird stuff that happens in Dragon Ball Super when it comes to the world of the void. The gap between universes, the nothingness, is reacting to Jiren and Goku.
What?
How does the nothingness react to Jiren and Goku? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, you have the Grand Priest, he raises his hands, and then to signify the defeat of Hit, and on top of that, reaching the halfway mark of the tournament, the void changes its color tone. Like, how? It's supposed to be nothing. How? That doesn't make any sense. Let me not focus on the void thing, because the void thing is just, I still don't get it. I'm gonna chalk it up to just Dragon Ball logic, which is not really logical at all, but it is what is there. When it comes to the time thing, I don't think it's Jiren actually muscling through Father Time. I don't see that being a thing. No, Father Time's too powerful, duh. But what I think is the case is because the time constraints are created and sustained by Hit's ki, it's more so a stamina battle, where in this case, he is overpowering Hit's ki as opposed to overpowering time itself. Because again, that makes no sense. But it's Hit's ki and Hit's technique that creates this time aura around Jiren. But because it is an aura-based time manipulation thing, it is also within Jiren's ability to overwhelm Hit's ki. That makes a lot more sense. And honestly, I'm pretty sure that the Dragon Ball Cho manga will explain that better, because the Dragon Ball Cho manga is overall better than the Dragon Ball Super anime. It really is. That being said, when it comes to things like the character and the pacing and the story progression, for the character of this chapter, we get more insight on Jiren. And it's a little bit, but it's still something. And Jiren, we can tell that he has a strong sense of justice. You see, we knew that he was pretty noble, because when Goku was charged of the Spirit Bomb, he said, do it. All right, I'll take it head on. That showed you that he was fairly noble, and he was willing to even take the strongest attacks of any character that would stand his way. And then on top of that, when he defeats Hit, or I should say, right before he defeats Hit, Hit has an energy ball that he's trying to shove in Jiren's face. He grabs that and then he says, an assassin's pride. Like, don't give me that nonsense. And in this case, it's Hit's pride, but also as a member of Universe 6, his pride is to make sure that his universe survives this tournament, and on top of that, to try and take out opponents in one blow. Now, the argument can be made that Hit is not at full capacity because this is the tournament where he can't kill. Fair enough. However, he was going all out. Even though he may have held back on some killing blows, I don't think it would have mattered because Jiren was such a strong opponent to where he really couldn't afford to hold back. Because the killing blows that would normally work on, let's say, a lower level person were not going to even remotely work on Jiren. But nonetheless, in Assassin's Pride, Jiren finds that comical. He just destroys Energy Ball, and he gives Hit the 1-2 combo. You're done, mate. It's over. That's it. That's Jiren for you. And then he begins to meditate because he knows that no one can challenge him, but at the same time, he's kind of egging on Goku. But for Jiren's character, going back, it is Jiren showing that he does have a strong sense of justice. How strong, not too sure, but like the rest of the Pride Troopers, he does have it. Because we have Toppo, justice, justice. So clearly when it comes to the whole justice theme of the Pride Troopers, Jiren is not exempt from that. Even though for the most part of the tournament, he's just been like this, mute, glaring, he has that sense of justice like the rest of the Pride Troopers. I'll go into further detail about that when it comes to a video that I have planned for Jiren in the next few days. So that's for character, the main thing for character. When it comes to pacing, it was predominantly just focused on the fight between Hit and Jiren. And then after the Hit versus Jiren fight, the episode does deviate elsewhere to other parts of the arena. So overall pacing and structure was relatively similar, straightforward. When it comes to story progression, Hit's out of the tournament. Hit is gone from the tournament, a major player, and the foundation of Universe 6 is gone. So now they have to rely on Kaba, on Caulifla, on Kale, and I think these two Namekian dudes, I'm not too sure if they're part of Universe 6. I think that they are, but they could be. I forget if they are or not, but they're fighting against Piccolo and Gohan. But Piccolo's like, Piccolo looking fierce, like, Namekians? Don't you guys know? I'm the super Namek. I'm the king of Namek. Bring it on. I don't see these two Namek guys taking out Gohan and Piccolo. I really don't think that's possible, honestly. And then we have some stuff involving Ribrianne and Vegeta. I mean, basically Vegeta is still punking Ribrianne. In comes Rosie to save her, and then now they're hiding. She kind of doubts herself. For character, I guess that's something, but then she snaps right back into it. Like, love, yes, you're right, Rosie. Terrible. Honestly, Universe 2, just comedic relief. They should be among the next two universes to go. Seriously. Then we have the halfway point of the tournament happening, and then again, the world of the Void has, for some reason, changed color patterns and whatever. You have Frieza egging on Goku to kind of master Ultra Instinct form, and he lets him go. And this is pretty cool. Frieza, he gives Goku the key that he needs to move about. Just how at the end of Namek, Goku gave Frieza key so he could move about. Now granted, Frieza used that key to try and kill Goku, but he failed, obviously. In this case, Frieza needs Goku up and about and learning more about the Ultra Instinct form, which is why before he leaves he says, oh, by the way, what you just experienced, the gods are calling it Ultra Instinct. If I can use this form again, can I fight and beat Jiren? So Frieza is the puppeteer behind the scenes. He's playing Goku like a fiddle because Frieza doesn't want to, of course, be erased from existence, and he wants to be fully resurrected so he can do his nefarious deeds in the corner. Just scheming in the corner, doing Frieza stuff. That's what Frieza wants. But nonetheless, it was cool seeing Frieza reenact that moment from Namek, but in his version in the tournament. So I did like that. And then finally, I want to say the animation overall. The animation overall, I thought, was subpar. There were some parts that were okay, that were decent. And then there are other parts that were just like cringe, that were just like, really? Like, this is a main event match. Call me crazy, but this should have deserved the same quality as Goku versus Jiren. Like, I'm not saying, like, have the entire A team, but at least bring in, like, Naotoshi and his team for a few scenes. At the very least, this is Hit, and Hit's being eliminated. But for the most part, we got, like, like, the best scene was when he's finally done muscling through out of the time, and then Hit has the ball in his face, but he can't actually touch Jiren because he has the barrier around him. So the animation, again, had okay parts, it really did. But all in all, the fight itself, I thought it was good. Despite the animation being lackluster, it was still a solid fight. Because Hit, he is someone that is kind of like the inverse of Goku, where he is very technique-oriented. Goku has technique, but like most of the DBZ fighters, it's pretty much straightforward punching kicks, and you have the energy balls and then the Kamehameha. That's his main forte. Hit is predominantly technique, having his key time fan to be left behind, him going to like another space, him having like invisible penetrating shockwave attacks. The dude is an assassin, and he's able to be so powerful because he is predominantly technique oriented, to the point where he can even manipulate time itself via his ki, which is pretty crazy. But it's not enough to beat Jiren the Gray, because the dude, he's flexing on people. It's over. Body bags. Belmod called for the body bags, and Jiren delivered the body bags. Jiren right now, devastating. Right now, meditating. Fodder tier can't get inside the barrier. Too powerful. My guess here is that the only cats that can actually force Jiren out of that barrier are A, Vegeta, because Vegeta does have Super Saiyan Blue. And I don't think that Dispo or Toppo can beat Vegeta when he's in Super Saiyan Blue form. It'd be a hard fight, but as far as I can tell, they can't beat him when he's in Super Saiyan Blue. Number 2, Golden Frieza, because Golden Frieza is on the same tier as Super Saiyan Blue, but Frieza is not gonna go over to Jiren and try and fight him. No, like, that's not gonna happen. Maybe like a last resort, like if that ever gets to that point, but that probably won't happen. Number 3, Android 17, because Android 17, he does have a lot of power, and he did force Goku to use Super Saiyan Blue. Granted, we don't know how powerful he was in that Super Saiyan Blue form. Was it Super Saiyan Blue max power? Was it Super Saiyan Blue Super Saiyan 3 power? We don't know. But Android 17 did notice that Jiren, he attacked several times in an instant in the previous episode special, in episode 109. He did see that. Barely, but he did see it. So he does have the senses, and he does have the skills to pay the bills. Android 17, if he needed to, he maybe could force Jiren out of the barrier. Number 4, Legendary Super Saiyan Kale, which, like, I still don't understand it. Like, is she as powerful as Super Saiyan Blue? Is she, like, not as powerful? Like, I don't know. Like, when we saw her muscling Goku when he was in Super Saiyan Blue, it was kind of like, dude, what? Like Toriyama Toy, the 2 infamous T's of anime and manga. What? How is KO muscling through Super Saiyan Blue Goku? How? Explain this to me, please. Again, could be max level Super Saiyan Blue. It could be Super Saiyan 3 Super Saiyan Blue. It could be Super Saiyan 2 Super Saiyan Blue. I don't know. But if we take it at face value, she potentially has the power to break that barrier as well. And that's really it, honestly. All in all, those are the cats that I'm betting on, aside from Goku learning some more of the Ultra Instinct form, and on top of that, restoring his ki and so on and so forth. So, that being said, guys and gals, I am done. The episode overall, I would say it was okay. It should have been phenomenal. It should have been amazing, but it was okay. So, that being said, be sure to rate the video. It is not that hard to do. I guarantee you that, because I know that you all have a device called Zamaosu, and you use Zamaosu to click, rate the video, to click, subscribe, to click on that bell to join the squad, and of course, comment in the comment section down below. Peace, and have a nice goddamn day.